in my line of work, understanding and presenting the product is one thing, but before that comes around, it's about the small talk, and that can usually take 70 to 80% of your entire meeting time.
Yeah, we talk a lot about like nature and nurture. So for working adults like myself, right, who has just entered the workforce, especially if you're introverted or you're shy in nature, it can be a little bit sometimes scary or intimidating to meet like a lot of different people from different generations, different life stages. Like you also can't really control who you meet at work. Then do you have some tips to connect with colleagues for the first time? Or let's say if you're in a client facing role and you're meeting clients, do you have any tips to like connect with them a bit better?
I think on the colleagues part, start with small wins. Start by understanding your colleague a little bit. Greet them by their name instead of sis and bro. Ask about their weekend and be really genuinely interested. Comment on something that you notice. Maybe they had something new that they're wearing. Yeah, I think for client-facing role, you can prepare 2 to 3 small topics. So this is something that I do prepare my associates for, because I think in my line of work, understanding and presenting the product is one thing, but before that comes around, it's about the small talk, and that can usually take 70 to 80% of your entire meeting time. So if you are doing it the other way around, then maybe the meeting may not be the most efficient. If you can have much longer small talk, I think that helps. So, but of course, it needs to come from the bottom of your heart. By understanding more, you can also maybe diagnose where the issue is and be able to service them with a strategy better later on.
Like it's just knowing them more as a person first, rather than like a business transaction kind of thing. Then what are some small things that will actually make them like feel seen or understood, or make us feel seen and understood?
I would say it's often the small things, like for example, remembering a client's child's name. How is John doing? I know he's doing his PSLE this year. How's he doing? Or following up when they say that they are not feeling so well. Maybe they just had a mini surgery done, and then just offering to check on them 1 week later. Small little things that are not too difficult to achieve. I think this gesture says, I see you as a person, and you're not just a transaction. That's when this relationship will really deepen.
Is all your clients like your friends?
Yeah, actually, yes. I do genuinely get a lot of pleasure from talking to people. Yeah, so I think I have to thank that to my slightly more extroverted nature. I don't see it as a chore. Just recently, one of my clients was telling me about, I don't envy your job, about how you have to deal with people every day. I say, there's nothing wrong with that. Every part about this is maybe it's just a more it's like a norm to me already. Just like how I look at my kids' preschool teacher and thinking that how do you handle 10 children in a class? To her it's second nature, but I cannot understand how she can do that, So really salute to all the preschooler teachers and all the teachers. So I think on that it's all about just really being genuinely there and being present so that you can build a connection.
Yeah, I think also because in your line of work, then you feel purpose in whatever you're doing as well. Then you feel genuinely excited for your clients.
Yes. So maybe to touch on that, I have had, I do think also it's about growing with them, and they also grow with me. Just like how when I got to know some of them, I wasn't even married. Maybe I just started out in the workforce. They have seen me now gotten married and have kids, and I've also seen them, their children maybe was 5 and then now they are in university, and eventually maybe they graduate, or I was recently invited to a client's daughter's wedding as well.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so I was when she invited me, I just felt so honored that she actually considered me to be part of the guest list. Of course, I said yes, and I turned up. And then I brought my daughter along.
Oh, yeah. Because it's like you're really part of their life.
Yes, yeah. I just feel like I just really want to thank them for allowing me to be part of their life as well.
How about you, Finella? Like, what do you think are small things that like make people feel seen and understood? Because you're also in like a client-facing role.
I think advisors would appreciate that basically when they need help, we are just there to support them basically. And also, so every month we have a birthday list, and then we will just bring advisors out to celebrate their birthday as well.
At work, sometimes we also have to deal with some people that are a bit harder, like not harder, but sometimes we cannot vibe with the person, or maybe sometimes our communication styles can be a little bit different. So how do you think that we can handle conversations with people who have very completely different styles?
It does happen. Yeah. So I would say don't fight their style. Try to adapt to them. So like some people, they just are more analytical. So use data. Some people are more big picture thinkers and try to tell a story about why certain things could make sense for them. It's like speaking their language, but in a different way. If you meet people where they are, you don't just communicate a little bit better, but you also want to kind of show respect to what they want to listen. Yeah, so I have some clients who are, for example, in the media industry, and they don't sit well with data. Yeah, because it gives them headache. They literally say that. That's you. So that's why you said you prefer more photos and more visual, and then maybe I would then be a bit more like less on data and more on the other aspects. So hopefully this will create some trust and build the connection that we have with each other.
Then for example, if you're handling with like very like a difficult maybe difficult client or maybe a difficult boss, then how do you avoid taking things a bit too personally, in your opinion?
I mean, since it's work, right? So usually I don't take things like that personal. If I need to vent, then I'll just talk to my colleagues or like my friends on this. Yeah, but it's nothing against that person lah.
Because eventually there should be still some boundaries, professional boundaries as well. We cannot just anyhow like.
When you disagree with somebody, I feel like you need to find the correct time and the correct tone to speak to that person. Well, it can be not just your manager, it can be your friend or your partner. I still a work in progress for me, so it's about not talking when the person is angry and just going to restart the conversation maybe a few days later. So I think this would be where hopefully we can still be open for more dialogues next time.
Okay, so I'm also quite curious, right, with like the rise in social media, like everybody's on Instagram or on TikTok posting about their lives. Like you go Instagram, you see, you actually probably know what your friend is up to without like catching up with them. So do you think that social media reduces or amplifies human connections?
I think it amplifies. Yeah, because if there's no social media, right, I wouldn't know what are my friends or like someone that I know is how are they doing basically, right? But through social media, I get to be updated with their life. So maybe like one of my friends just got married, or like my longtime friend, primary school friend that we just lost contact, but I get to see them from this another friend's story, etc. So you can reconnect back again.
I do think that social media do amplify human connection as well. Sometimes I feel like it's not about you need to hear from the horse's mouth. You hear it from an indirect source. It can also be a way that you show your concern if need to as well. Sometimes it's about just knowing that person is doing well. I think that is sufficient too. So definitely social media has amplified human connection by a lot, but that does not take away the fact that we should still have physical human connection too.
So whatever we see on social media, like an update we have about their life, can also be like an initial start of a conversation as well. Like, oh my god, like I saw you got married last month, that kind of thing. Yeah,
I agree. Or more like I saw that, hey, you are expecting now.
Yes.
How are you doing? I have something that do you want? Something like that. I think
use
that's
that
also
for catch up also, right?
Yes, exactly.
During COVID, that time when you do Zoom with your clients, do you feel that the connection is off because you can meet them in person?
I still think that counts as a connection as well. It does count. It's just a different kind of connection during COVID, and not to mention just COVID now as well. I have some foreign domiciled clients. They're not physically in Singapore, but having a Zoom is definitely better than just talking to them over the phone. The effort put into listening, engaging, showing care, even through a screen, it still really helps. But of course, I am a 100% believer that nothing will beat a face-to-face meeting. Digital connection prove that they only just prove that human bonds can be established, even though physical presence isn't there. It's still important.
I agree actually. I feel like actually that time I think my year 3 of uni, that's when COVID happened. Then I think I was one of the like OGLs. Then we had to conduct orientation camp through Zoom. Then I was like, how am I supposed to actually
Hype
develop
them
hype them up and develop a connection with people that I meet through Zoom? But then I feel like I also got a lot of meaningful friendships out of it. I mean, eventually if you vibe and all, then you start texting and all that stuff. Then when you meet in real life, it feels like it kind of amplifies. I mean, of course, some maybe
like, I know you.
Yeah, correct.
We spoke. It's just that I haven't met you.
Yes, correct. But I mean, of course, there's also like some people that maybe you vibe online, but offline it can like it's not really of a match. But I mean, it's like also, I guess, like you really meet like all these different types of people in life, and Zoom doesn't really mean that you cannot develop a human connection out of it. Aside from work, right? Communication is like important in other aspects of our lives, like for example friendships, personal relationships, or like your spouse and that kind of thing. So how do you personally keep friendships alive when like life gets busy, especially like for example after you let's say become a mom, then you become like busier as well? Like how do you keep in touch with like your friends even though you are like getting busier and busier?
I think that's when social media really helps me. Yeah, so I may not have as much time as I would like to meet them like how I used to. So social media really helps me to get connected with their lives, and vice versa too. So that is one aspect. And occasionally whenever we have the time, I think it's about you take two hands to clap.
Yes.
Yeah, we will definitely try to find time to meet as a group or in small groups. That would be so helpful. And later on, we can also plan ahead. I think it's about planning ahead with another family about, hey, how about next year we can make a trip to X somewhere, you know? Yeah, that helps also. Yeah, and I think I over the years I've come to realize that if the friend also puts in an effort together with me, then we will really make something work. Sometimes if it's just one-sided, over time you get a little bit tired as well.
Because it's like always you initiating, then like do you really want to meet, or like
yes or somebody who says, sorry, I cannot make it again.
That's right.
Actually, like, you know, there's this thing called like low maintenance friendships also. Like you meet once in like 6 months, that kind of thing, but you're still able to like talk and like share your stories although you haven't met them in 6 months. I think these kind of friendships are also like one of the things that we also can like do, like even when life gets busy, we know that even after 6 months or 1 year of not meeting up, we can still talk about life like usual friends. So.
Some of my friends also, I meet them like once a year, but it's to celebrate our birthday. So
it's like a yearly ritual.
So me and my friends, I'll always remember my friend's birthday. So it's in my calendar.
Oh, okay.
So I'll wish them and then I'll ask them out for a meal. Then we just catch up over that. Other than that would be Christmas, Chinese New Year, countdown. You will just gather with your friends, family to celebrate the festive.
Or weddings. Sometimes I always just tell my friends that the next time I'll see you is when you're married. So now we have talked a lot about like, you know, nature, nurture, and then like how people connect with each other, how social media affects connections and all. Then generally, what's some advice that you would give to make to allow us to make better connections with people?
I think the real currency of connection is trust. Trying to build the trust is not easy. Looks will grab your attention, confidence will draw people in, but trust is what will make the connection stay. And also, like, even not meeting this person for a few years, this is also what would really help. In friendship, I think trust also makes us feel safe. You know, I'm willing to tell you more of my secrets. I know it's going to be safe with you, and I can tell you my fears. And in my work as a financial advisor, trust is definitely everything. Clients will open up about their life savings their dreams, and sometimes if you are lucky, they even tell you about their fears. So without trust, there's no real connection, and no matter how good you look or how smart you are, I think that is about the end of the conversation already.
That's a very great advice for like the viewers out there who are like, you know, looking to make better connections and more genuine connections both in life and work. I mean, generally, of course, like as we go through life, we meet like a lot of different people in all like stages of life. I think we will never, I guess, stop meeting people unless you like lock yourself in your house. But but I think this is also one of the like very important things that we also need to keep in mind and learn as we progress through life lah. So I just want to thank Sydney for coming down all the way for this podcast and sharing your insights and your thoughts as well.
Yes.
So we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.